Joining me now, it's Fox News strategic analyst and former Army intelligence officer, Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters. Welcome back to the show.
Hey, Kennedy.
So let's talk a little bit about this because you point out that what's happening in Venezuela is the end game of hardline socialism. Is there such thing as soft-line socialism?
Well, yes, of course there is. You see it in Europe all the time, quasi-socialism. But what you're seeing the real thing in Venezuela and how well it works. I mean, Venezuela, 31 million people, the largest oil reserves in the world, larger than Saudi Arabia.
Isn't that incredible?
It is incredible. It was once the richest nation in Latin America. It's now it's the poorest. I mean, for years now, people haven't been able to walk into a grocery store and buy eggs or milk or even toilet paper. I saw the Soviet Union back before the walls came down.
Yeah.
Venezuela right now is worse. The Soviet Union did a better job of feeding its people, and it's all because of this idea. The socialist promises like communism. It sounds wonderful, especially young people, undergraduates.
Yeah.
The problem is it doesn't work, and when the theories don't work, instead of adjusting the theories to human complexity, rulers always try to force humanity to adjust to the theory. And so that's what we're seeing in Venezuela.
Yeah.
The army is basically a corporation now. They've been bought off. They own so much of the country, the generals and the senior colonels. And they're all that's standing in the way of a real return of democracy. While President Maduro, who's sort of this big, lumpy Bernie Sanders with a beret and a pistol belt, he's hanging on. He's not the man that Chavez, his predecessor, was. He doesn't have the charisma, doesn't have the vision. And the country is just falling apart. Brave people. Brave people. I mean, these aren't campus demonstrations in Cambridge. Brave Venezuelans have been out in the streets for months. Dozens have died. Hundreds, if not thousands, killed. Some disappeared. Opposition leaders in jail. And they are still out there. And, of course, the other Latin American nations kind of...
I mean, they're freaking out because is the worry that this is somehow going to spread? And if so, what are other South American countries planning on doing about it?
Well, I don't think it's going to spread. Socialism has passed its high water mark in Latin America. But the problem is implosion.
Yeah.
And what can happen then? And what do you do? And so there's no
mechanism. What do you do? Do you have a refugee crisis? If they don't have any basic materials at all, do people just start pouring over the borders like they have?
Well, they have. Into Colombia, and that's, the black market is all that's keeping the country going. If you've got a valid passport and Yankee dollars, you're in Miami, not Caracas right now.
Yeah.
And South America is kind of paralyzed because the 800-pound gorilla, Brazil, is currently in the midst of what may be the biggest political scandal in history.
They've got corruption problems, the likes of which we cannot grapple with. So South America's falling apart. Lieutenant Colonel Peters, thank you very much.
Thank you.